The pro-Israel crowd are signaling hard to us the jihad rhetoric. Everyone's a jihadist. Muslims are coming. The Muslims are here. Laura Loomer quite literally has psychiatric issues. Laura Loomer is factually not Jewish. She has proven over and over again that she has no soul and she will lie as long as she defends the state of Israel. Who are you more afraid of as an American, Muslims or Zionists? I'm going to go ahead and say Zionists for me personally.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I am a Reva and I was taught how to pray Salah.
That means every single time I pray,
the person who taught me gets the reward.
5 times a day, from Fajr to Isha.
If you want to support someone like me in learning Salah,
then sponsor 10 people for just £100.
Remember the Prophet, peace be upon him, said,
Charity does not decrease wealth. Click the button and donate now.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. If you're watching this video and it's Salah time, please pause it and go pray and come back when you're done. Please check out the description section of this video to support the channel. Guys, Laura Loomer is at it again. It seems that this Islamophobic scammer just doesn't have an off switch. Loomer is currently in Israel doing a propaganda tour like the rest of the Zionist Hasbara fraudsters. Candace Owens expressed concern at the fact that Laura Loomer is not only doing her usual Muslim scaremongering to cover up Israeli war crimes, but also because the US government is giving Loomer a backstage pass to the Pentagon, despite her being an Israeli double agent that is documented as being mentally unstable. Let's roll the clip.
Pay very close attention because all of the wrong people, and by this I mean the pro-Israel crowd, are signaling hard to us that another 9/11 is coming. They're jacking up the jihad rhetoric. Everyone's a jihadist. Muslims are coming. The Muslims are here. Mabdani, there's a jihadist threat. Something big is coming. And the Pentagon, okay, like where the Department of Defense is housed, the Pentagon, which was implicated in 9/11, a lot of questions about what the Pentagon was up to, money, a lot of questions about the Pentagon, okay? They have just given press passes. They've just put Laura Loomer in their press corps. I'm not kidding. Check this out. Check out this headline. Conservative activist Laura Loomer, a Trump ally, says she has a new Pentagon press pass. Now, this is of interest. This should be of interest to everybody because you don't have to be a Laura Loomer hater or a Laura Loomer lover to know that Laura Loomer quite literally has psychiatric issues, okay? She has been on multiple Psych 5150 holds. She is the person who, in case you didn't know this, chained herself to Twitter when she got banned from Twitter. And she wore a Star of David. Now, crazier than the fact that she chained herself at Twitter headquarters and was wearing a Star of David and trying to correlate being banned from Twitter as being in a Holocaust is the fact that Laura Loomer is factually not Jewish. Okay, so she's living in a delusion that she's even Jewish. That was politically expedient for her to say that she was Jewish. She can't produce any bat mitzvah pictures because it never happened. No bat mitzvah, it just never happened. She became Jewish, in essence, I suppose, for political reasons, and has gone so far in this identity crisis that she chained herself to Twitter headquarters and made it like a Jewish thing when they kicked her off of Twitter back in 2018. Now, I don't even agree with the fact that they kicked her off. I don't agree with them kicking anybody off. But you should know that our Department of Defense, for whatever reason, is signaling that she's an okay person to be in the building. That just seems like maybe a flight risk. Like if you're just interested in basic safety and defense, you wouldn't allow that person in a building like the Pentagon specifically. And they're doing that. Why? Because she has proven over and over again that she has no soul and she will lie over and over again on people, on places, and on things that she sees with her own eyes, as long as she defends the state of Israel, which has absolutely nothing to do with her and her ethnicity, which is insane. Who are you more afraid of as an American, Muslims or Zionists? I'm going to go ahead and say Zionists for me personally, because like whenever they get on this thing where they start talking about like there's going to be a war, whenever they start itching for a war, like they want a regime change in Iran, they find a reason that something happens and suddenly our boys are being sent. So what I will say is your best guard against this is just to refuse to fight in the war that I think they're foreshadowing. Just refuse, honestly, on a principle, refuse. Because our administration has been infiltrated and there are extremely evil people that are at the helm of the United States military and that are not caring at all about American lives, in my viewpoint, not taking a stance whatsoever for the freedoms that people in the past have fought for. Like this administration is not even fighting for free speech.
As Candace said, there has been a massive surge in anti-Muslim propaganda online, specifically from the pro-Israel crowd. You only have to go and trash Zionist-run social media platforms like TikTok and X to experience exactly what Candace is talking about. Candace's suspicions are raised due to this being the general pattern before some sort of false flag attack occurs that is then pinned on Muslims, and in retaliation, yet another Islamic nation is invaded. Candace seems to think that Iran is the next obvious target for the Israelis to stage yet another war for the US to fight on their behalf. Candace made a valid point when she said Laura Loomer being given access to roam free in the Pentagon is a recipe for disaster, due to Loomer's constant fake fear-mongering about Muslim extremist attacks, along with the Pentagon's history of being previously implicated in 9/11. Candace correctly sees this as particularly problematic, due to Laura Loomer being a literal lunatic with a long list of numerous mental health issues. Not to mention her being a pro-war radical that promotes the killing of innocent civilians. She even pressured the US government into imposing a travel ban on child amputees from Gaza in order for them not to receive vital treatment for their injuries, something which she celebrated with glee, declaring it fantastic news. I was unaware that this crackpot isn't even Jewish, as Candace revealed, because as Candace stated, Loomer has consistently posed as a Jewish woman on social media for years now, even going as far as making false claims about anti-Semitism after she was banned from various platforms for her anti-Muslim bigotry. As Candace said, Laura Loomer is a compulsive liar that will stoop lower than the depths of hell to further the Israeli cause. Candace even implied that Loomer is capable of harming US citizens through assisting the Israeli government in carrying out a potential false flag attack on American soil. Laura Loomer is not just another loudmouth social media grifter. The fact that she's able to access and influence the US government does add weight to the rumours that she has ties to the Israeli intelligence agency Mossad. Candace was 100% right when she said the biggest threat to the West is not Muslims, it's Zionists that have infiltrated and occupied the US government to the point they've even censored free speech. And like she said, the only way everyday people can combat this outright evil is by refusing to fight in their militaries and by exposing their propagandists for the charlatans that they are. Thank you for watching. Until next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.